Hello, I'm just popping in to wish you a happy Wednesday and also to share with you the focus for this week's energy. So, wherever our focus goes, our energy goes. And the focus this week I feel is on self care. And I started the week of self care last week. I actually started it on the weekend on Friday night, it was. And throughout all of last week, I kept having these really strong messages that I needed to have some time out from tech. So I decided that I was having a tech-free weekend, which is what I did on the weekend. I decided that I would definitely have no social media, nothing all weekend from Friday night through till Sunday morning. And I wondered how easy that would be for me. But it's amazing also that when you put your mind to something and when you create that mindset, that it actually becomes so much easier. And the other thing that inspired me was I had a bit of a chuckle. The last card that I drew out on Friday night last week, after hearing all week in my what I was sensing of about having no tech all weekend, I drew this card out. So see if you can see that there. And it says block out distractions. And I had a bit of a chuckle to myself, which once you get to know me, or if you know me really well, I do that often. I laugh at myself a lot. And this card was the last card I drew out Friday night when I'd already decided no tech over the weekend. And it says your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention. So it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and working environment by turning off electronics and avoiding anyone or anything that distracts you from what's important. You already know what these distractions are and you have the power to block them out. And I feel that's the same for all of us. It's about recognizing what the distractions are that we have in our lives and blocking them out. Even if it's just for a short while, maybe just leaving your phone for an hour or maybe the day and see how you go. But whatever it is that's distracting you with your energy, if you choose to block out some time or even to block out the people that are distracting you from focusing on what you truly wish to be doing and the direction you truly wish to be taking. The other thing that I wanted to touch on tonight was also in the last couple of weeks, so the weekend we just had and the week before, I had some really vivid dreams. So I'm wondering, do you have really vivid dreams, and are they dreams that you remember? Well, the one that I had on Saturday morning, just before I woke up Saturday morning, was quite significant for me, and it raised the question. The symbolism that I feel that came from it was, who's driving the bus? Who's driving my bus? Whose bus am I on? And am I in the driver's seat of my life, my choices, my decisions? Because the dream that I had very early Saturday morning, just before I woke up, was I was on a bus and I was unhappy on the bus and somebody else was driving the bus. And I know in life, even in a car, I prefer to be driving, and yet sometimes it's okay to be on a bus with somebody else at the driver's wheel. But I felt it was a real awakening for me to stop and have a think about if I was actually in the driver's seat of my life, and if there were any areas where I felt that I needed to take back some control or have some really clear boundaries, then I needed to do that. And so that dream of being on somebody else's bus and they were driving, in the dream, I got off the bus as quickly as I could, and I felt like once I got off the bus and I was in my own space, that I could actually breathe. I could actually make some decisions for myself and be really clear as well. And it also showed up for me that there's times in our lives when I feel that we all have moments when we do things for others and we forget about looking after ourselves. So with this week and the focus being on self-care, I feel it's very important to take a moment. I encourage you to take a moment and just ask yourself, am I driving my own bus or am I on somebody else's bus? So have a think about that. And if you need to hop into the driver's seat of your life, then make the changes that you need to make. Take control of that and set those boundaries. And also just to have a lovely moment of thought and see what you can do this week in relation to self-care and looking after yourself and doing things that you love doing. Because my theory is do what you love and love what you do. And when you do that, you're happy because your heart's happy, your mind's happy, and your spirit is happy. So sending an abundance of love your way and wishing you an incredibly beautiful week of self-care. If you'd love to leave me any notes about what you will be doing to share some self-care with yourself, I'd love you to pop them in the comments below. Until next time, bye for now.